It's telling me I'm live. Can y'all hear me out there? Can y'all hear me? Man, I've been through hell trying to go live the past couple of days. But anyway, let's talk about this promo. Have you heard about my $100 promo deal? I'm going to give you some details really quick about this promo deal. Listen up. The promotion will be done on Doggie Diamonds TV and the Interlude TV. That's the Insta stories, the YouTube community, the threads, the Facebook, and the Twitter accounts. I can promote whatever you need. This is for serious inquiries only. Must be Cash App ready. I can help you bring more awareness to your products. Just contact me at Doggie Diamonds on Instagram. Let's go. As you follow and hit that like button. That like button is essential. Essential. I'm extremely loud. I don't know why I'm so loud. Hold on. I said I wasn't loud before. Now I'm too loud. Am I better? Am I still loud? Am I still too loud? Let me know something. I need some feedback from the audience. I had to do a lot to get this going. Am I distorted? Am I good enough? Okay. Some people saying I'm good. Some people saying I'm loud. I'm confused. Sometimes I'm low. I don't be knowing what to do. Y'all be having me confused. Okay, that's better. All right, so I lowered some volumes. All right. How's everybody doing? Somebody saying I'm distorted. I don't know what's going on no more. Not loud, but this. Can you hear me now? Now you can hear me, right? All right, now you can hear me. Now you can hear me. Okay, now you can hear me. You can hear me now. I know you can hear me because I can see the levels, but for some reason, the levels was loud. So I got to get this volume down pat. So I'm going to work on that. Because I was talking the whole time, like I was, but I'll figure it out. I will figure it out because I don't even know. Okay, so I kind of see something. I get it. I see what's going on. See, I wanted to do a test show to see if I can get it right. but I couldn't do the test show. But anyway, I'll figure. Like I said, I'll figure it out. It's some settings that I had to go through. My bad. I apologize. Hopefully I'm even coming through the damn microphone. Let me see if I'm even coming through the microphone. Yeah, because I can see the volume is hot. Very hot. The volume is very hot. So, anyway, let me see something. Yeah, because it's like either very low or very high. Yeah, it's tripping. It's tripping. I'll get it. I'll get it, but just not now. I gotta tweak it, but not now. I'm going to fix it. Trust me. This one night I went on, there was no audio. You know what I'm saying? There was no audio at all. So I'm like, what exactly is happening? But I'll fix it. So let me just get rid of it. Let me do this show really quick, and then I'll get back to y'all. And by tomorrow, I'll have everything down pat. So I wanted to talk to y'all about tonight, because if I hit this button, I think so let me see, because y'all tripping me out now. Now I want to know why I'm hot, right? I'm freaking out now because I don't like having bad audio. Don't like having bad audio a little bit. So I muted something, but this is a different setting, and it's like I'm live. I can't really do it doing the setting. Rather, I can't change the settings while I'm live. So the other day, people were saying I was too low, so I changed the settings. Now I'm too high, but it's something on the inside, on the back end, that I got to do. So I'll figure it out, because I can see that the volume is very hot, very, very hot. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I would say just turn it down a little bit. But I apologize. You know, I try to have the best audio in the culture. But I wanted to talk about tonight with y'all. Elliot Wilson and Charlamagne seem to be going at it. And what they're going at it over is kind of crazy. So I want to show y'all some stuff really quick, if I may. Charlamagne and Elliot Wilson is beefing over the complex list. This is important to me because they're ranking where they're at in the culture. They like two of the top dogs, the big dogs in the culture. And they set the precedent to me. So Charlamagne, the guard, goes off on Elliot Wilson amid ongoing feud. Charlamagne has explained his recent criticism of Elliot Wilson, in which he complained about Complex ranking the media veteran at number 5 on the hip-hop media power ranking. Now, this is the problem with my list, you know, with how I feel about these complex lists. I've never been on any list, so I could give a damn about any of the lists. They don't have people on there that I know can't hold anything to me and what I've done in this culture, but that's besides the point. Reflecting on his comments during the latest episode of the Brilliant Idiots podcast, Charlamagne claimed that Wilson is avoiding him and complained about him insulting him while refusing to sit down for a one-on-one. He brought up Diddy and the article Wilson's wife, Danielle Smith, penned about the disgraced bad boy mogul. In doing so, he argued that he's the person Wilson should be focused on beefing with. We got to stop the performative stuff, Charlamagne remarked. Don't say things to me just because you're trying to get traction on social media and play the role. I want you to be consistent. The same way it's easy for you to get at Childish Gambino because you don't think Childish is going to say anything back to you, the same way it's easy to get at a Charlamagne because you don't think a Charlamagne is going to say nothing back to you. I need you to keep the same energy for people that you really should have smoke with. So they've been going back and forth, you know, about the list. Elliot Wilson didn't like his listing on the list, and then Elliot Wilson has been called a hater. He's been critical, and I'm going to get into that. Wilson responded to Charlamagne's initial criticism during an appearance on the Bag Fuel podcast. That's why I'm doing this story, too. The homies is interviewing them. That's Esso and Heineken, Bag Fuel. Shout out to Space Ghost. Charlamagne initial criticism during an appearance on the Feud podcast admitted that he's tired of him. I feel like we just never really clicked like that. And I also don't like the last brilliant idiots he did talking crazy about me on the list, Wilson said, never explaining why I shouldn't be top 5. And I'm just tired of his S. It's old school. At a certain point, you got to say F that person. F you. I was born in 1971, and I can just be that. We don't have to be cool. We don't got to pretend. So watch the episode of Bag Fuel with Elliot Wilson on there, and you can get more of the backstory. So why this story, I'm going to come back now. Why this story is important to me is because, first of all, like I said, I look at them as two media giants. Elliot Wilson and Charlamagne the God. They are two of the giants to me, two people that I look at as my peers who's accomplished a lot in the culture. Elliot Wilson from Ego Trip, Source, Double XL, Title, rather Rap Radar, Title, EVR Radio, podcasting, doing different things. Charlamagne, The Breakfast Club, Wendy Williams, Brilliant Idiots, MTV shows, different things. So I look at both of them like they've accomplished a lot. Both of them are my friend. Mutual respect between me and both of them. I will never choose between any of them. But I also like what they've done for the culture. And I suggested that they sit down, debate, argue, whatever they have to do, split the footage. Split the footage for their respective platforms. I think that would it would work for their platforms if they split the footage. When you argue like that at the top, and it's really not about nothing, that makes the dudes that are up and coming believe that this is how they have to get in the culture. They believe that that's how they have to get into the game. And it seems like beefing is the way people think they got to do it. They're too big to be doing that. They're too big to be beefing. They're too big to be having issues and beef. In my opinion, you know. But I think people coming in the culture think that they have to. It's the distortion is coming from it's something on the back end that I can't fix now while I'm live. I've tried everything. It's something I can't fix, so I'll figure it out. But just for now, just tolerate me, please. One out of hundreds of shows, I got bad audio. One, y'all owe me one, please. just one out of all of them. I've been through hell to make this happen, but I'm just at a point where we see a lot of people who think in this, they think they got to beef. And I already, let me say something really quick. I already know the mic is fucked up. So y'all don't have to type that every 10 seconds. The mic. If you look at the chat, we already discussed that. Please just bear with me. Okay? Just bear with me. I'm fucked up tonight. I'm fucked up. All right? But I'm just saying, when we look up to media giants, right? Like a Charlamagne and Elliot Wilson, I don't think we should have to choose whose side we on in situations like this. I think with all they've accomplished, we wish to accomplish some of the things that they accomplished. You know, we have, like somebody like myself, I never ever been on Complex, ever. Out of this whole culture, out of everything I've done, Complex has never ever listed me, ever. They never listed me. I believe I got a legitimate gripe, but my thing is say, I don't care about Complex. And I think Complex has always been biased to me because of my so-called rivalry with Vlad, and they're Team Vlad, as they should be. They get money together. So, of course, if they think I'm beefing with Vlad, they're not going to rock with me. I get it. But I don't think these lists and these rankings should have us looking at each other foul or feeling a way about each other because we're not ranked somewhere. Because who is this list and who is these people to give any of us credibility and say what we aren't based on their list? Who are they? You know what I'm saying? In the culture, Complex ain't, besides everyday struggle in the sneaker thing, and they got good content, but how do they dictate how we feel about each other or what's going on in culture? Ain't nobody saying, oh, I gotta go over to Complex and see what they're doing. And nobody's doing that shit. Nobody's doing that about no platforms right now. So no platform should be able to dictate how we feel about each other. And one thing that bothers me, right, is if that somebody feels a way about you, it's always difficult for you to find out somebody feel a way about you all of a sudden. You know what I'm saying? Like out of nowhere, somebody just feel a way like you've been feeling like that. You've been feeling like that. And that's a problem to me. And I hate to be blindsided because this culture is based upon you being cool with somebody. You think you got a camaraderie with somebody, then one little thing happened and here they come. And then you find out they never liked you the whole time. So it shouldn't take these lists for us to feel a way about each other. And only reason why I have a lot of respect for Elliot Wilson and people like that, because all they've accomplished, damn, for him to have been in the culture for so long on the hip hop side, yeah, you might not like his laugh. Yeah, you might not like B. Dot's lists and shit sometimes, but this is coming from me. Anybody who predates me in certain things in this culture, I will always respect the way that they pay for me. You understand what I'm saying? I will always respect the way that they pay for me. And Elliot Wilson is a hip hop journalist per definition. He used to write. He used to type. He used to do print. He used to do magazine. I never did print and did magazine. I never curated magazines and stuff like that. That shit is big. The XXL was big. So anybody who come from that, we got to respect to a certain extent because they actually put forth something that was a major part of our culture at one point. Yes, and the magazines got played out. Yes, print ain't what it used to be, but we still got to respect that. And if we don't respect the people who paved the way, what does that say for the future? Because he did have a gripe, because I had the same gripe where I was feeling like it's some people that are streaming. They're getting the records first, they're streaming, but it feel like they're on the take, right? So as you hear people who might be hip-hop journalists, if you give a Kai Cenat a record, he's going to hype the record and go crazy. Why? Because he felt like he got an exclusive. So say said person give him a record. He going to be there going crazy. He not going to say this shit is whack. So now we could do a payola type thing and leak records through people. Does that mean the record is good or bad? No, we need impartial people. We need people who's going to say, yo, nah, that record is trash. Nah, I ain't really feeling that. But if he's sitting there streaming, playing the video game, and you leak the record to him because he got a good audience, you expect him to say, nah, I ain't feeling this. Not going to do that. So it's almost like a cheat code, whereas if you give it to a DJ might say, yo, I ain't really feeling this. This ain't good. So that's the difference to me. So when we dealing with hip hop, we have to put it back into the hands of people who's really gonna call it like they see it. Like, I've had certain biasness, but I've had admitted biases, only because of my friendship. But when it comes to their music, I ain't sparing nobody. But I won't talk about them and their personal life or anything they got going on because of my personal friendship with them, because I won't say anything bad about a person that I could pick up the phone and talk about. And And that's the integrity part that I got. But many people don't even have integrity. For example, I remember one time Math Hoffa had Vlad on his show. And the few podcasts was angry at what Vlad said about Dame on his show. And they was like, yo, could you come on, my show, and could you, speak about what Vlad was saying about Dame? I think that's messed up and all that. And I said, I didn't see it, for one. For two, I got Math numbers, so I don't want somebody that I'm cool with to wake up and see that I'm talking about them on the computer, but I ain't talking to them on the phone. That's just me. I didn't get that common courtesy from a lot of people, but I still won't do that. Even though people won't give me the courtesy, I'm still not going to be what people, just because somebody do it to me, that I'm going to do, I don't mean I'm going to turn into them. You get what I'm saying? But you think right now, where media is at, we don't really have too many people who's going to call it like they see it, talk about great records, talk about different topics and things like that, because everybody think they got a beef. Everything got to be controversial. And if it ain't controversial, if I don't have a salacious title, then we're picking and choosing what we want to hear. And that's why the music suffered. I think Graf just put out an incredible project. Today I just heard his project. Graf got a good project that came out. Of course, the Pete Rock and Common. It's a lot of music coming out that's dope, but it's overshadowed by everything else that's going on. And this shit ain't love and hip hop, because it ain't no love and it ain't no hip hop, but it's more of the soap opera of what's going on than the music and what's really going on with the artists. And that is a problem, and that's why everything is suffering. So when you have these media giants beefing with each other about a power ranking in an irrelevant website, we in trouble. And that's, where do we go from there? Like, so when an up and coming dude come or pause and he come into this shit and he say, yo, I got to go in on such and such, who gets a pass? I don't, it's like me one day deciding that I don't want to diss Ralph McDaniels, when I've been on countless interviews saying how he's my mentor and how I studied him and I wanted to be like him. He's one of my biggest inspirations. Why would I one day turn around and say, F Ralph McDaniels? But that's what's happening in this culture. People are looking at their people who they idolize, and just for clout and just to get views, they're turning on people like this shit is wrestling or something like that. And I think that that's very, very disingenuous and is messed up. So, like my how much I admired and loved Pete Rock for his music, and I studied him. One day I just start dissing him, and I ain't even talking about music. I just start saying, oh, Pete Rock is just putting, and I know he be like, damn, homie sung my praises a lot, and we speak on the phone and we talk about music. Why he ain't call me? But that's just where we at. So it's like now, like, who is really cool? Who's really friends? It's not if, but when they're going to turn on you. If or when they're going to say something about you. Because one of the last things you want to do is wake up and see somebody that dissing you. I know I woke up plenty of times to being dissed, and I was like, fuck that nigga say he dissing me for? And there's always a misunderstanding that could have been quelled with a phone call, but the clout is better than fixing it, because now you're going to get clicks. And then, the worst thing is when somebody say something about you, it's like, so you always been feeling like that. So why did you ever act like we was cool? See, I like my disrespect, and I like my beef blatant. I like my disrespect blatant. I like the dislike for me. I like it blatant. I like it, yo, I don't like you. Cool. But don't act like you like me just to say you don't like me. And don't let some ranking or some views or because the first thing people want to do is come for your platform, your views. Listen, if I never get another view ever in this culture, my jersey is getting raised up. Seriously. It ain't about subscribers. It ain't about views. It's about impact that you made into the culture. And I know that I made an impact for all the right reasons. For all the right reasons. And that's the difference. Some people think that they're impactful, but you're impactful for all the wrong reasons. You know? So when we look at these guys, the Breakfast Club has been very, very instrumental in the culture. And Elliot Wilson is like one of the only people who got a Jay-Z interview. So they both, two different sides is important. You know what I'm saying? Very, very important. So I wish that I would want to see them sit down and argue and beef. And I want to see that. I want to see them sit down and go at it and explain why and where they are, where they're at. Because it ain't like they're going to go to blows or nothing. Like, they ain't like they're going to see each other and swing on each other. But I would like them to sit down with each other and explain why they're here. And it could be a learning, a teachable moment for all of us. That's what I want to see. I want to see, because when we see people beefing, we think we got to make choices. And we say, okay, so what would the culture have been without the Breakfast Club? The Breakfast Club has brought us great moments in hip-hop culture. Great moments. Elliot Wilson is first ballot Hall of Famer in hip-hop journalism. First ballot. First ballot. I can't really think of too many people who's accomplished what he's accomplished. Like I said, when the dude was sitting at a goddamn typewriter and a damn word processor putting this shit together. So I can't... Listen... I grabbed a camera, had some thoughts, knew a lot about the culture because I was raising it, and I asked questions, but I ain't never wrote nothing. If I had to type, I wouldn't probably even be here. You know, so I respect people who did the difficult, who did all the heavy lifting so I could sit where I'm sitting today. I mean, too bad some people don't do that for me, but I respect people who did the heavy lifting and they're where they are. And enable me to be here, because you was reading, you was going through the magazines at one point. You know what I'm saying? You was going through the magazines. You was sitting there like, yo, you seen this, you seen that, you was doing that at one point. So for him to had paved the way for that, he always get my respect. So even sometimes when I see on my timeline, I be like, yo, I don't tolerate no Elliot Wilson slander. You know what I'm saying? I don't tolerate people talking about him. Even when he had to beef with Kai Cenat, even when he was beefing with Nicki and all that, I say I don't tolerate it, because that's the OG. You know what I'm saying? That's the OG in my field. Now, sometimes we confuse OG with, yo, I don't listen to nobody, yo, that's the OG. You know what I'm saying? Charlamagne is the OG, even though he's younger than me, but he's the OG because, see, I respect people's accomplishments. I don't know. I'm different. I be looking like, damn, you did this, you did that. That's what's up, because at the same time, even though many of us in the same field, many of us are still aspiring to see accomplishments. And I feel good when I see people I know accomplish it. I feel good when I see people doing stuff that I'm like, oh, that shit is dope. You on MTV too? Wow, that's dope. You able to get in a position and put people on. You understand what I'm saying? And respectfully, B-Dot is in a great position because Elliot Wilson put him in a position. So now every year, B-Dot releases a list and people will be mad at his list. You know what I'm saying? Or some people are happy. But that's off the house that Elliot Wilson built. You know what I'm saying? So everybody loved taxed on this, taxed on that. That's Charlamagne. You know what I'm saying? A lot of shit is Charlamagne. So it's like, yo, I gotta respect it. I gotta, you know, and I don't mean agree with everything everybody said. I don't mean kissing their ass, but yo, the OG got the right to get it wrong without being chastised. You know what I'm saying? Without me, and again, I've spoke to Charlamagne in private about shit I didn't agree with. I try to speak to everybody when I don't agree with something that I think is is bad culturally, but A person's opinion or what they think, I'm not arguing nobody opinion on some personal level. We keep it as far as the culture. I don't care who you fucking. I don't care you getting skinny, you getting fat, you got a mohawk. I don't care about none of that shit. But when we talking about this culture that we all love, that has fed us, that put us in front of many people, we all talk as a family. And the problem is, in this family that we have, a hip hop culture, everybody's at the cookout and they don't belong there. Everybody's at the cookout and everybody think they came there with nothing. They ain't even come with paper plates and they got to say. That's the problem now. So if you have these guys all the way at the top and people are looking at them like, damn, they beefing, then they think that's the way. And I'm telling you, that's not the way. Beefing with somebody is not the way. Not the way to do this. Truthfully, you got to come into this culture. You have to sit at somebody's feet. And many people don't. Many people want to be like, I did this myself. I built this myself. Nobody helped me and all that. And that should be cap. Because I'm going to tell you something. Yo, I helped a lot of people behind the scenes. They won't admit it, though, and that's fine because I didn't do it for accolades. But I see people that I personally spoke to, told them how to do their audio, ironically, because my audio sucks tonight, but told them how to do their audio for their shows, for their podcast, told them about cameras, told them about editing programs, and then I watched them say, I did all this by myself, nobody helped me. So I'm like, God damn, so what the hell was that conversation we had? I sat there, and when you open up your brain to somebody and somebody's able to pick your brain and they're going to earn profit from the information and the knowledge that you acquired and ain't going to kick nothing back, for them to go say, nobody helped me, it's like, damn, that's a smack in the face. But if you sit there and you tell what you did for people that say you hating, people that say you lying, oh, he just saying this and saying that, and you mad because we got this thing of who passed who's better. Numbers doesn't mean better. We have to know that numbers are very, very important. Don't get it twisted, dog. I'm not going to sit here and act like numbers are not important to me. But numbers doesn't mean you're great. We got to stop that with the numbers, because according to numbers and according to standards of numbers, then that means that Vanilla Ice was a dope rapper, because he put up numbers. That means Nelly was one of the top 5 rappers of all time. And if we know we made a list, he wouldn't even be on the list at all. Record sales, yeah. So a lot of times we can't always say, oh, this person did this, because I remember a former friend used to tell me about people, and I used to be like, what you talking about? He'd be like, oh, nah, his numbers is up. Look at his numbers is up. And I'm like, the numbers, that's one platform. Like, he has big Instagram numbers, but then when I go to his YouTube and look at, the music he trying to push, he ain't even cracking a certain amount of views on the music. So even now we're looking at, because we're going to talk about numbers. So now we're talking about numbers, and we have people like Sexy Red that wants to tour. Now, if you look at her gram, the gram is lit. You look at her ex, aka Twitter, it's lit. You look at all that, it's lit. But why ain't people buying them tickets for that tour? So something is not right. So we can't always rely on numbers when we know people be faking the numbers and playing with the numbers. Something is not always right. You get what I'm saying? So we be like, yo, the numbers, oh, they getting numbers. Look at their streams. So why nobody want to see that? Because I always tell people, if you want to know who fuck with you, sell something. That's how you know who fuck with you. It's easy for us to stream something. It's easy for us to click something. We have attention span of a fly. So if I see 10 seconds of somebody acting stupid, twerking or some dumb shit, would you watch it for an hour? That's why live streams are so important. You got to be able to hold people's attention span for an hour. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to do that. That's why that hit different. But of course we could watch clips of people, so I ain't gonna really keep y'all long tonight. I gotta fix all these settings. I got a lot of stuff to do. I was on the ground with boots on the ground with tech support and all that. And anyway, I got a lot of overhaul to doing. So I'm kind of ashamed and embarrassed to not have great audio, because I pride myself on having the best audio, the best graphics and all that. But I really pulled a lot of strings to make this live happen, and because I was having a lot of technical difficulties. And I just want to say to y'all, like, because some people make it look easy, that don't mean it's easy. Some people, like myself, really want to always have a great presentation and always want to bring y'all something, whether we laughing, we're mourning, or we're just talking about something. I just always want to make sure that I did my best and I documented and was a part of this culture the right way and never look like a damn bozo, you know. So sometimes it don't always go my way because we're dealing with machinery and different things. So let me fix this stuff. I can see the level is hot. I wish I could show y'all. I wouldn't even know how to show y'all. But I've been busting my damn ass to make this happen, because something just wasn't working all day, and I've been in front of this computer honestly for about 8 hours in a row, just working on stuff, restarting, downloading drivers and all types of stuff. And this is a brand new computer, so as far as app wise and the stuff that I use, I think that they is something on their end, but I got to get it fixed, because this is not my presentation of how I like to present myself and what I do. And we don't do no shabby work. So until next time, tomorrow I'll be back at full strength, 100%. I'm going to go back to work, back to the lab, and see what's going on. Try, compare, and contrast some stuff. What I should have did, I should have went live behind the scenes and recorded and seen how it sound. But it is what it is, man. I figure it out. So, but I've been sitting here for a long time, and I don't want to sit here no more, honestly. But I'm going to sit here for another couple of hours till I get it right, because I'm just relentless like that. And I still want to take myself to the gym. I ate 2 slutty vegan burgers yesterday, 2. And I don't even eat bread, but they were good. So I appreciate y'all for always joining me. Every Monday through Friday, 7:30 p.m. I will be on here. Monday through Friday, 7:30. The weekends might be spontaneous and all that, but let me get this audio right, man. It's bothering me because too many people complained, and I pride myself on having great audio. I'm a producer. I make music. My audio trash? Nah. I'll flip this whole table over my audio bag. So, yo, I appreciate y'all, man. Until next time.